Why don't you go ahead and start there, Nathan?
Welp, 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 here we are on YouTube.
Here we are laying down some knowledge. People are coming to this channel to get greater meaning and understanding of this album. If you're doing that, you're going to be sorely disappointed.
Yeah, because I'm sorry to tell you, but Ryan just told me what this album is, like literally, maybe 30 seconds ago?
Yes.
I looked it up on YouTube, and that's all I know. I see a big
Yeah.
ivy. Hey, do you remember the story or the TV show V, The Final Battle?
Yeah, that was scary as a kid, man.
That was very scary. That's what it reminds me of. I see that like red V. It looks like that to me.
Yeah, so this is a album called Good Apollo, comma, I'm Burning Star 4, comma, Volume 1. From Fear Through the Eyes of Madness. Now, it's Volume 4, but this is the third studio album from progressive rock band Coheed and Cambria. And hopefully I'm saying that correctly because I've never actually heard their, it could be Cambria or Cambria or Cambria.
Cambria. Or
Cambria. Okay, yeah. So I'm sure people in the comments already are angry. But please bear with us. We don't know this band at all. I will say I know the name and one song from them because I used to play rock band all the time. And they had a song on Rock Band, and yes, that song from Rock Band is on this album.
Oh.
So that's the third track, Welcome Home. And I will say, when I used to play Rock Band, this would have been about 2008. So yeah, it's 13 years ago. And this album came out in 2005. So even when this song was on the band on the game Rock Band, it was already a couple years old, but still fairly newish. And I remember hearing that song on Rock Band and playing it, of course, and thinking to myself, that's pretty cool. I actually kind of like this song. Like, I remember thinking it's a new band I'd never heard of at the time, and I kind of dug the song, but I never, their hope was that I never followed up my curiosity. I'm sure that was why bands give their, tracks over to stuff like Rock Band, because people are like, oh, I like this song. I want to check out the other stuff. But I never did. But that's good in a way, because now I'm listening to this album for the first time.
13 years later.
So this was a highly rated album. This is critically, it's like 73% fresh on the Metacritic. So it's, highly rated, anywhere from like 4 out of 5 to 5 out of 5 stars, a couple 3 out of 5. So generally speaking, the album overall is highly favored. 3 singles came from the album: Welcome Home, again, that's the Rock Band song, The Suffering, and 10 Speed. We are going to do part 1 of 2 today. So we're going to do tracks 1 through 10, because that's approximately half of the album, because the last 5 tracks are the longer tracks in the album. We're going to do that at a different recording for part 2. Now, that's as much information as we really know or we're going to give. We know it's a concept album. We know there's a graphic novel that was made from this album. Oh. So we're going to kind of read the lyrics as we listen to the music. And for a first-time listen, we're not going to delve too much into, like, this story is about this. And, we'll try to glean what we can from what they have provided as a artist, like the storyline that's in their lyrics. We'll see what we can figure out.
Sure.
But I think for me personally, I'm going to see if I dig the music or not. I'm not going to try to figure out the whole story, and because it's probably complex. It's like most concept albums, a lot of interpretation and poetry. And
I'm going to just jump in here and say, Ryan, I appreciate the fact you've done all this work. So all I have to do is sit, listen, and have you explain it all.
I just want to make it clear to the people listening that we are, we're a reaction channel. Yes, we are not we're not an information channel.
Mm-hmm.
There's Wikipedia and Reddit for that. So, we just want to see if this is any good. See if it truly is a highly favorable album. So without further ado, let's start listening, shall we?
That's why I'm here.
Let's do it. I'm excited. I'm curious. Keeping the blade. Like that.
Sounds like a horror kind of a.
Yeah. Yeah. Setting the mood.
Those are real strings.
Yeah, good call. Yeah.
Sometimes it's all farmed out to synthesizers, you know?
Nice sound. I like string music too.
Who's
Meow?
that? Yeah.
Okay. Already taking me somewhere I wasn't expecting, because I know the one song after this one is the rock band song, so it's just interesting that we have this softer sound.
Beauty sits the child's kiss of laughter I man. Can you catch her if she ran? With this I would share with you all of this count to no end.
Don't read too far ahead.
Behind your sealed eyes you miss all that I've done for you. Will you catch me when I run? If timing play evident, what will you say when you're laying? Stay with me and fall asleep. Pray to God for no bad dreams. Stay with me and fall asleep. Pray to God for no bad dreams. Here I'm still waiting here, my dear, for one kiss from you. So here I'm still waiting here, my dear, to kill all of you. To kill all of you.
Should you pause it after this one?
Okay. My guess is it's going to get heavier after this.
You probably are guessing correctly. It's funny, I haven't heard, like, once I hear the song "Welcome Home," which is coming up next, I'll be like, "Oh yeah, of course." But right now in my brain, I can't get the tune in my head. It's been 13 years since I played the game, or 12 years since I played Rock Band. So in my mind, I'm like, I can't remember the song. So, but it's going to kick in. But I do recall it's not a slow song. Like it's a rocking type song. So yeah, it's going to pick up right away here. Yeah, the lead singer who's singing there in sorry, let me just get the information here. He's a little bit younger than us, but not by much. So it's kind of interesting. His name is Claudio Sanchez. So he's the lead and backing vocals. He does the rhythm and lead guitar work and keyboards and piano. He's 42 right now, So he's just a few years younger than us. So it gives you some context there that this was already their third studio album in 2005. The other band members are Travis Stever, who does lead rhythm guitars, mandolin and lap steel guitar, and Michael Todd does bass guitar and backing vocals, and finally Josh Eppard plays the drums. Okay, so here we go. Welcome Home. Check it out.
I only know a few songs titled Welcome Home, so.
Oh, yeah. It's already come back to me at the moment. Oh, this is a fun song. You'll like this one. Turn up a little bit, I think. Come back to me. This is a hard one to play too, I think.
like that sound there.
I never heard the song with headphones on. The back and forth, the two solos.
Yeah. That's cool.
Yeah, that's a really good song. It really is a good song.
It reminded me the build up from the last one, and at the end there really had that sort of Kashmir kind of sound from Led Zeppelin. You know what I mean? How is that the right song? Yep. Am I thinking of the right one?
If it's not, we'll hear about it.
So. Oh yeah. Oh, I know we will. But the whatever song it is that makes that sound, the da 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 da, you know, the like kind of slow moving up through those deeper tones. It was like that. And then the guitar, like the soloing was very very solid rock, really.
Yeah, great souls. I've never heard the song other than through my TV speakers back in the day or stereo, and I never heard the back and forth of the stereo. So I don't know if it's both guitars are exchanging solos. Maybe people in the comments can let us know if it's because they have two guitars. So it'd be kind of cool if they're both taking turns.
Yeah.
But still, they played off each other. It was really cool because it seemed to be different tones in each guitar.
Yeah.
And it should be noted, Nathan. High praise indeed. This album was ranked number 69 in October 2006 of Guitar World magazine list of the greatest 100 guitar albums of all time at that time.
Wow.
So that's a pretty high praise. There's a lot of albums with guitars in it, and this is in the top 100, like top 2/3. So
impressive. That's
a pretty, with that last album, that last track right there alone is really cool guitar tone and sound. And I'm curious now, it wasn't just that song, it was the album itself.
It's the album, so there's going to be more. Yeah, cool.
Yeah. One last thing I forgot to mention. This is a PayPal request from Levi. I think he's a new PayPal guy. I think this might be the first time you've reached out to us, Levi. If it's not, I apologize. You can let me know in the comments below where I forgot you. We have so many requests. They're just they're old faceless nobodies to me. So that's.
And I'm going to apologize because I yawned at one point, and it was not because I was bored. It is because I am dead dog tired.
You're human. That's why we're doing this in two parts as well. But both Nathan and I were both working fathers, and we both have full-time jobs, and we do this as a nice fun hobby. But yeah, we're human, and the time of day that we would like to do this recording, we're doing our jobs.
Yeah.
Anyways, with that being said, wake up, Nathan. Let's go. Wake up.
Okay. Hang on. I gotta add some more Monster to my drink here.
There you go.
There we go.
Sure. It's probably. It's like vodka. By the end of the video, you're like,
it's delicious.
Yummy. It's good stuff. All right. Okay, so let's go. The next song is. Oh, this next song was also a single, so I'm 90% sure I haven't heard of it just by the title alone. But it's called 10 Speed of God's Blood and Burial.
Ooh.
Okay. It's a single too. I haven't heard it before.
I can feel it in the way your blood and heart beats. Sure is it in the way your body moves. The words I try as anyone you are. Believer, you're leaver in leaving the mold. Like anything you do, as anyone you are. Britain wrote me even trains in the choice to save you. I wouldn't answer if it even had to ask. In her figure, I can steal the taste of my own. Listen up, to make it easier to take what lies I know. Turn from the hell of your heart and your soul. Believer, you leave out and leaving the mold. Like anything you do, as anyone you are. Believer, you leave out and leaving the mold. Like anything you do, as anyone you are.
Okay.
That's good stuff, Dev.
Ooh, nobody knows but you. Ooh, nobody knows but you. I don't wanna ride tonight. No, I don't. Nobody knows but you. Don't wanna ride tonight. Or maybe I don't. Nobody knows but you. Believer, you leave out and leaving the mold. Like anything you do, as anyone you are. Believer, you leave out and leaving the mold. Like anything you do, as anyone you are. 'Cause I'm 10 speed in God's right in barrier. 10 speed of God's right in barrier. 10 speed in God's right in barrier. 10 speed of God's right in barrier. 10 speed in God's right in barrier. 10 speed of God's right in barrier. 10 speed in God's right in barrier. 10 speed of God's right.
Oh, sorry.
Oh.
Nope. Yeah. Well. I'm gonna make a prediction.
Oh. Okay.
I think you really like that song.
Yeah, I did. I really did. This is an interesting time for rock music because this was 2005.
Yeah.
This is kind of like I don't know quite. I'm not a music nerd, okay, but I know this was kind of a time when you had that new metal mixed with old and new, new metal. That's what it's.
Sure.
But
Oh,
what
yeah.
I like about these guys is it's a mixture of kind of like emo, which I actually like some emo stuff. One of my favorite bands is AFI, a band that I really want to show you. And so it has some like it's hard to explain what it sounds like, but it's just. But I like the guitar sound, definitely the guitar tone, and I like that they're doing guitar solos in their songs. It's like we don't have that enough in bands, and the guitar solo tone is just that perfect. Like when it tore in there, when it like it did that that rev up sound. I love that sound. And so these guys, well, they're our age about, right? So
Yeah.
they probably, I would be surprised if they didn't listen to the same type of stuff we kind of listened to growing up. So they're definitely making it sound new and fresh sounding, but the choruses are jumpy and catchy so far. I mean, this is single, so I can see that. Maybe some other songs will be less. And I'm looking forward to the other songs that are less catchy. I'm just curious to see what they do with songs that didn't make the radio. But yeah, I mean that's a great fun song. Yeah, absolutely. I liked it.
I knew as soon as that solo kicked in, I was like, "Oh, Ryan's gonna like this," just because, like you said, the tradition of soloing kind of became non-traditional. Like it got oversaturated in the 90s, where it's like everybody's like, okay, and cut to the solo and then back to the chorus. and it became kind of cliche. So you go through that post grunge, metal
Right.
era
right.
where they weren't really doing the solos the same way. Here's kind of them returning to the solo, I guess. So
Or doing it properly.
or doing it properly, or exploring stuff that maybe they haven't done with it yet, but it's still kind of including it again. And so I was like, oh yeah, Ryan will really like this. Yeah. That's not to say like I don't. No. I was like, I just know. I know what your sound is now. I'm starting to get used to. When we were kids, I got a taste of what that was. But we've only been doing this 2 months now or 3 months, and I'm starting to get a sense of what I think you like, and I like it too. Like I loved the tightness of it. If that makes sense, how it's like. None of that was kind of. That's a real criticism of the late '90s, early 2000s music.
Sure.
Is they kind of let loose of that a little bit. They were a little less controlled over how careful they were with making sure their rhythms were really crunchy and very carefully timed. They relaxed that a little, and so this is a bit of a return to it, and I like that sound. That's good.
All right, let's do it. The next song is called
Crossing the Frame.
There we go.
All right. So, quick question.
Mm-hmm.
Who does the singer sound like to you? Any recent bands that we've been listening to that kind of...
Like the King Gizzard sound?
Oh,
Vocal?
really?
I know. I don't know. I was just thinking something recent. Sorry.
I was thinking Ween.
I don't know.
Mostly, not all. Like obviously, mostly the way that he enunciates the words. Like, I'll give an example.
Yeah, please. So we're losing our people are the Coheed and Cambria fans.
They're like, Ween, how dare you? It's like, instead of saying, but I wish that you were, but I wish that you were, like, it's like not over, but like, you know how like whatever his name is, Ween, he does that with a lot of his words. He like, you can see him like making his facial expressions almost over the top
probably.
To try and like show that. And that comes through in the sound of the lyrics. And that's a big deal, obviously, for if you're as the lead singer of a band, you have to kind of create that different sound, right? If you sound like everybody else, then
right. He's got unique vocals for sure.
Yeah, and I like them. And I just was like, what does it sound like? It sounds a little bit like Ween, but then Ween doesn't carry the longer harmonies and stuff like that as much. They tend to move through. He moves through the lyrics faster. Yeah.
No, it's interesting. Okay. Yeah, with this song, I like the bridge, is what we call it, when it kind of changes. It goes to somewhere a little bit different. When it had the little electronic sound and kind of the little electronic beat in the background. Yeah. So definitely I'm getting vibes of AFI. So anyone that's an AFI fan will know what I'm talking about. Yeah, which is great. So it's easy for me to kind of push myself into this sound. It's a great, like, again, crunchy, crisp guitar at the same time. No solo on this one. I was wondering, because it was only 3.5 minute song. So I was like, okay, it was just more of a quick little ditty, as they say. And I got a feeling the next song, I'm hopeful. I mean, I don't live and breathe by solos, but this next song is over 5 minutes long, so I suspect we might get a solo. It's called Apollo 1, The Writing Writer. And again, I have no idea what's going on, but I'm enjoying the lyrics with the song all the same. I just don't know what's going on here. But we're just enjoying. This is just us enjoying the music, but I'm digging the lyrics. It's fun little stories, but I don't even see how they're connecting right now. But that's with multiple listens, I'm sure. But people are going to be like, "No, I understood it right away."
Okay.
Good for you. I think the lead singer dude is I think he does comics too, or he had a part to play in making the comic after this.
Oh.
Yeah, so
that's cool.
Yeah.
Maybe there is no solo, Ryan.
Oh, maybe not. That's fine. It's great guitar sound, regardless.
Mm-hmm.
Froggy.
Yeah.
bass line of the song. Yeah, there is definitely some signs of rock or metal in that last song.
Yeah, the beat
chorus,
was very prog sounding. Yeah.
And I don't know if you know much. I'm not a big emo guy in the sense like people when they hear emo rock, like oh emo because they just think of guys in mascara or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Or goth people like cutting their wrists, like my life is terrible. But emo, I believe, is just short for emotion.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And what I like about emo, the again, my little knowledge only through AFI. I keep saying them because that's the only band I really listen to that has that moniker emo. What I like about them is you have what's called the crowd chorus of the background singing, and this. So Coheed and Cambria are using that too, that kind of crowd chorus of singing, which I really like.
And that's a vocal effect, or is it with others singing?
I think it's just others. They might be overlaying themselves, but it's they're not cloning the same vocal, but it's called I believe it's called the crowd chorus. It sounds like more people are singing than probably are in the band, but it's probably all the band singing, if that makes sense. So, and I like the I'm definitely liking the guitar sound here and the build up, and it's just when I got this request, I was like, I don't know, but no, I'm genuinely enjoying this album so far. I have no idea what's going on.
I just think it's funny that at this point, how far in we're in, how you might think, oh no, like I don't know if we've really had a whole lot of bad ones that people send us. You know what I mean?
No, some not mostly challenges. Some put us in directions we're just not used to.
Sure.
And so it's
true.
like it's more of us just like, I'm literally jumping into a body of water that I've never experienced before, so it's kind of shocking at times. You can't quite get into it as quickly as maybe. So for me, this is like I'm familiar with the sound, but I've never heard this band perform these songs. So it's this is kind of an easy transition. So I'm really enjoying. I just want to hear the next song now. So let's go.
Gotcha.
Once upon your dead body is the next song.
Oh.
Yeah.
If hello could only drop it so, and it's day in the front doors away of your home, would you live there still? Could that make you everything I hate? Wait, do you remember why
Well, that fits with the theme of the other songs.
Yeah. Well, it's funny. This song received an explicit lyric warning from iTunes. It's probably because of the content. There's no cursing, but it's saying, "I hope you die right now while you drink my chemicals." So I didn't catch any curse words, but I guess the content is, wishing death on somebody. They're like, just let people know. Obviously, it's a story. They're not singing to an actual person.
Yeah, it's not one to play at a birthday party. Is kind of what they're saying. I hope you die right now.
What I like about this, again, maybe this is not just emo music, or I keep saying that, and I do apologize. But what I'm noticing with the guitar work, start listening to it too, Nathan, if you catch it. But they do a lot of their guitaring behind the singing too, so it's subtle. So they don't do a lot of solos, and a lot of emo. Well, AFI doesn't do a lot of solos, but they do. You're always like, oh, I wish they did more solos. But if you start listening to the guitar work behind the singing, there's a lot going on instead of just strum, 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 strum.
Yeah. Gotcha.
Like you hear this one, there's actually a solo going on throughout the whole song.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you caught.
It's like a more complicated riff that isn't just a riff. It's got its own personality. Yeah.
Right. I don't know if so. You got the one rhythm guitar. You hear but there's actually like a there. I don't know. You're more of a player than I am. I don't. But the single notes are being played. It's not a strum. It's like you can hear them like playing single notes throughout. So keep an ear out for that, because I think that's where this guitar sound is coming in this album. There's stuff going on behind the singing.
Everybody has their own definitions for this kind of stuff. My general definition is it's a riff if it's something that is repeated the same, you know what I mean? And it's usually fairly small or short. It's a solo when it has character and it's got its own, it never repeats. It kind of like, it stays in the key or whatever key they're playing in, but it kind of wanders and finds its own path. Yeah, that's my definition.
Sure. But now this next one, it looks like it might be an instrumental. There's no lyrics on my iTunes.
Oh, okay.
So if it is, just let it play into the next one, The Suffering, which is another single, because it might be an inch. So we'll just let the two play together. Right. Wake Up, and then The Suffering is track 8-9. I'm hoping they'd go back
it's just a bad dream.
Yeah. I was hoping they would go back to... Oh, sorry. They're singing.
Out of your life again. I wish that I could stay.
Same singer.
Yeah.
More than this, I wish you could have seen my face in backseat staring out of the window. I'll do anything for you. Kill anyone for you. So leave yourself intact, 'cause I will be coming back. In the phrase to cut these lips, I love you. The morning will come in the press of every kiss, with your head upon my chest, where I will annoy you with every waking breath until you decide to wake up. I've earned through hope and faith on the curves around your face that I'm the one you'll hold forever. If morning never comes for either one of us, then this I'd pray to you wherever. I'll do anything for you. This story is for you. 'Cause I'll do anything for anything you want me to for you. Kill anyone for you. So leave yourself promise I won't be coming back. In a phrase to cut these lips, I loved you. The morning will come in the press of every kiss, with your head upon my chest, where I will annoy you with every waking breath until you decide to wake up. The morning will come in the press of every kiss, with your head upon my chest, where I will annoy you with every waking breath till you decide to wake up.
I'll pause it there. Yeah.
Yeah. So there you go. That one did have lyrics.
Yeah, sometimes iTunes doesn't provide randomly. Sometimes, yeah, it was obviously a really nice song. Look, I'm a sucker for that kind of sound. They did a great job, and the slower sound. In fact, I was going to say before you started singing, because I was like, oh, they started the album with that acoustic sound, and I was like, oh, I kind of hope they investigate the acoustic guitar again, because they had a nice sound when they did it, and they did. And so literally, I had that hope, and they provided it, that they would revisit the acoustic guitar.
There's this kind of strange theme going through this of like killing and death, and in that one, you're not expecting the singer or the persona to say, "I'll kill anyone for you." There's something very like sinister underneath the lyrics that's just kind of, you can't just take that last song as like, oh, that's a nice one to just play for the wifey or whatever, It's got a dark side to it. Yeah.
And Wikipedia is confusing to me as well, because I don't know if there are other albums tell a story. So this might not only just be a concept album, but it's like a part of a whole overarching story with older albums. That's how, because it says here, the album begins to resolve the issues of Claudio Kilgannon's quest to protect the keywork, and sheds more light on the demise of Coheed and his wife Cambria. Oh, so Coheed and Cambria. So this is truly like maybe their band itself
is a concept band.
Is a concept band. Okay,
Interesting.
so we're really in the middle of a story here.
Yeah.
So it expands on the issues of the Monstar virus and Jesse's involvement in the saga. A graphic novel based upon the entire story of the album was released the same day. The album, unlike the others, tells the story from the perspective of the author, known as the writer, and the ways in which his life and personal demons affect his telling of the Amory Wars narrative. So we literally are in a world where we have no idea what's going on.
We're dropped in episode 4. Or
episode 4, season 3. Yeah. All right. Well, I'm loving it though. This is great. So this next song, "The Suffering," is their last single from this album. Just FYI. So.
Okay. Is this the last one we're doing from this album, or we have another one after?
No, we're doing the next songs. We're doing 2 more songs.
Oh,
this
2
one
more.
and
Okay.
Okay. This one, another one. Yeah.
All right. Here we go.
Old school down there.
Is there word right to say, even in this old-fashioned way? Go make your move, girl, I'm not coming home. Things have changed, if I could have stayed, would you have loved me either way? Dressed to the blues day to day with my collar up. Decisions sit so make you quit. A breath inhaled from an so sick. Yeah, 'cause the day that I learned of the way you started, you had your home to be. Hey, if it was up to me, I would have figured you out way before the year clocked out. Oh, I hope you're waiting. If it was up to me, I would have never walked out. So until the sun burns out, oh, I hope you're waiting. Would we have lived as a child would care? With this fire to drink like I did. Only to cry all alone with your taste and time. Should we try this again with hope? Or is it lost? Give up the ghost. And should I die all alone as I knew I would? If it was up to me, I would have figured you out way before the year clocked out. Oh, I hope you're waiting. Oh, I hope you're waiting. Listen well, will you marry me? And are you well in the suffering? The most gracious of hosts, you may be invited, girl, but you're not coming in. Listen well, will you marry me? And are you well in the suffering? The most gracious of hosts, I may be invited, girl, but I'm not coming in. If it was up to me, I would have figured you out way before the year clocked out. Oh, I hope you're waiting. If it was up to me, I would have never walked out. So until the sun burns out, oh, I hope you're waiting. Listen well, will you marry me? And are you well in the suffering? The most gracious of hosts, you may be invited, girl, but you're not coming in. Listen well, will you marry me? And are you well in the suffering? The most gracious of hosts, I may be invited, girl, but I'm not coming in. Listen well, will you marry me? And are you well in the suffering? The most gracious of hosts, you may be invited, girl, but you're not coming in. Listen well, will you marry me? And are you well in the suffering? The most gracious of hosts, I may be invited, girl, but I'm not coming in. And you're not coming in.
That was fun.
Yeah, I think I've figured out something. Anyway, just my thoughts on this and kind of piecing a lot of this together. Look,
That's why we're here. That's why we're here.
I think these guys, it's like they went, okay, we really like some of the sounds of the more pop rock. You know what I mean? We like those sounds. We're okay with those sounds. What we're not okay with is the like obvious attempts to try and garner people and get them to like, you know, just do what people want. You know what I mean? Like write songs about love that we don't really care about, or we're just being very disingenuous and we're just trying to get people to like our songs. It's like they went, no, we like the sound. We just don't need to make it about the stuff that everybody else writes about. And
Yeah,
then
I mean,
go their own way with that stuff. Yeah.
you can go your own way. Yeah, this is fun. This is great stuff. I like the when the girl sings her part. I kind of like that, where they had a female vocalist come and singing, you know, "Will you marry me?" Not now, boy, or whatever that was. And I like that. It's fun. I enjoy it. Look, it's a clever hook. It's a fun rockin' hook at the end, and it ended strong with the repeated chorus, and it's fun chorus, good rockin' song. I can see why it was a single again, but like you're saying before, the songs that are singles, they're a little bit more challenging or a little bit different, which I like. So the singles are doing what they're supposed to be doing, hook you in a little bit, and the ones that aren't are just as good. But I can see why maybe it wouldn't make the radio. Though the song previous could have made the radio.
Well, it could have, but I just feel like it's not trying too hard. Like,
No, they're not.
what I really can't stand is when it's like when somebody writes a song, you know they were trying so hard to get it onto the radio, and then it's there, and you're just like, but it's so empty. But whatever, people like it, and you just have to like deal with it. This isn't
very clever lyrics,
not empty lyrics. Yeah.
This is very confusing lyrics, which are like they're not just like, it's they have a story to tell. We're confused by the story, but you can tell this is very good writing, good imagery, clever lyrics, and I suspect they're very capable of writing a song that you're talking about. To do that, kind of like our channel, we're not just going after videos that are going to garner views. These guys they're probably very capable to write a quote unquote rock pop hit.
Yeah,
but they're doing it their own way, which I like.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, so this is the last one of part 1, and we'll do part 2 at a later time, but it's coming, don't worry. But we want to make sure we're fresh and ready to end the album strong with the last 5 tracks. And here we go. So the last song we're going to do today is called The Lying Lies and Dirty Secrets of Miss Erica Court.
Okay.
They move too fast to be words behind your teeth. But they give and go most your memories.
Do you hear that guitar that's
But
picking
I'm
the
not
single
the
notes?
one
Yep.
they need pray for. If I've got it all, then what does do? I'll leave it alone. Oh, that one little boy we used to know. Are you willing? Well, now walk through the hell your God has sold to find. Then never again will you rely on the word of your friends.
Over here.
In the unwritten name. For when you go, they won't be following. Now sell all your friends for the unwritten name. 'Cause when you go, they won't be following him.
You hear what I mean with that guitar sound? He's making a solo behind the song. Yeah.
Right, right.
You are my cut. With words, the truth,
I would call that a riff.
you know.
Okay. That one here, but the one before was more of a solo.
More solo, like, yep,
Real, just what I thought of. You're just a page of unfound book that has nothing to show. Oh, that one little boy we used to know. Am I killing you? Now walk through the hell your God has sold to find. That never again will you rely on the word of your friends in the unwritten name. For when you go, they won't be following. Now sell all your friends for the unwritten name. 'Cause when you go, they won't be following. No, no. I said when you go, they won't be following. Whoa, no. I said when you go, they won't be following. And believe it or not, you know when it ends and how it goes. Believe it or not, you know when it ends and how it goes.
All right. Well, there you go. There's part 1. That was a good song. Yeah, that one totally had what I was talking about. Yeah, solo riffing, but the single pick riff is what I'm getting at. That you could hear, and it looks like the 2 guitars might be changed, like taking turns. I think that's why we're getting the left right. It's probably one member doing it and the other guy doing it, and they're doing the little. So it's tough to listen to behind the singing is where they're kind of doing their. When I say solo work, it's not that combined chord work. It's the single note work.
Yeah, yeah. I think I follow what you're saying. I think I understand. My dog is distracting me. That's
No, that's okay. It's okay. It's time for supper.
yeah.
Freebie.
Yeah, you're the only one that takes care of me. So why are you just sitting here talking to the screen?
Yeah, well, here I am, a dog. Yeah, so that was great. Thank you so much, Levi. That was part 1. Nathan and I will be doing part 2 at a later date, but as far as this release goes, it'll probably be released back to back. I don't know how you're going to do it.
I will.
We're going to be...
Yeah, we got some busy times coming ahead, but we're pushing through it. We'll get stuff
But
done.
we'll be refreshed. We'll be refreshed and ready to finish this album strong. And there's only 5 tracks left, but the 4 of them are over 7.5 minutes long. So yeah, it'd be interesting how they. It's interesting. The last 4 songs are called the Willing Well parts 1 through 4. So yeah, interesting.
Up to this point, it's really been like a lot of the songs are very like, oh, this could be released easily as its own, hit, and people should be listening to this one on, on the radio or whatever. Yeah, but all of them have that feel to them that they're very like strong songs.
Yeah, I'm not bored at all listening to this.
No.
Yeah. All right. Thanks so much, everyone. Thanks for watching. All of our information, how you get a hold of us, how you can get requests to us, all that stuff is in the comments or the description below, wherever that is in my screen. I'm not sure. So check out the description below.
Just wave your hands around.
All right.
Okay.
Have a good night, everybody.
Okay. See you in the next one.